My name is Marc Freeman. I'm 59 years old. I used to work in the city in finance, but for the last 25 years I've been a tutor and an English working with foreign students. I help students of all ages, from the youngest I'm working with at the moment is 7. The oldest I have worked with last year was 82, so I have a very broad range of people that I teach, and I help people at all levels as well. So whatever level of English they need help with I can do, and that is from people studying IELTS to get into university to people who have just started to learn English. Worked in language schools and I've worked in colleges. When I worked in a college, I was working with students who English wasn't their first language, so they needed help with the courses. I also do homestay, which is where foreign students come and stay with us to be immersed in the English language, and the courses last anything from a week to 3 months. So as well as doing online lessons, I do a lot of face-to-face teaching, and again that is nearly all with French, Turkish, Chinese students who want to come to England not only to learn English but also to be immersed in the culture of England. I do 11+ students who want to get into the selective schools or the private schools in England. I work with them not just with English but also with verbal reasoning, which is another exam that the children have to take to get into selective schools. The 11+ exam is the exam that children take here to decide what secondary school they go to. A lot of children just go to their local school, but if you want to try and get into a better school, you have 2 different categories of school in England. You have the selective schools, which are free, but you have to pass an exam to get into, or you have the private schools, which you have to pay for, but you also have to pass an exam to get into. So the 11+ is the exam you need to take to get into either of those schools. The selective school exam is very hard because it's free. So everybody wants to try to get into the school. So, for example, the local school here, there are 200 places and 4,000 children apply for it. The private schools are not so hard to get into because they cost money, and so lots of people are put off by the fact you have to pay for the education. 2 stages. There is a comprehension, which is reading a passage and then answering questions about it, and then there'll be a creative writing part, which is either writing a piece of descriptive writing or writing a story. The verbal reasoning is a separate exam. Verbal reasoning is testing your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary. So it's a lot of word association, how certain words go together in English, maybe giving you 6 words and asking what is the odd one out, asking you what words are synonyms, which words are antonyms, which words mean the same, which words mean opposite. It's that type of question. This is not taught in English schools, so the only way you can learn verbal reasoning, the only way you can learn to pass the exams is to go with a private tutor, because it is not a subject that is taught in our schools. To start with, I would say 1 hour a week and build it up. A lot of children do 2-3 hours a week in the year before the exam. I've got a lot of children in the selective schools here. We have 2 of the best schools in England are the selective schools are Queen Elizabeth Boys, Kiwi Boys, and we have Henrietta Barnet. They are both single-sex schools, but they are in the top 5 schools in the country, and I have quite a few pupils I've got into those schools. We also have Latimer, which is a very good selective school. I've got a lot of pupils I've got into Latimer. And we have Dame Zoe, which is a very, very good school, which is the school that my son went into, and I taught him as well. You know, I have referred lots of pupils to you.
Yes.
Because I think you're such a good tutor. You're very patient, and your knowledge is excellent. So I still refer pupils to you because I teach I don't teach maths, I tend to teach English, but the pupils I get quite often need help with maths. So, you know, I always refer them to you because I know you're a very good tutor in maths. Well, my wife is Turkish, so I've got quite a lot of interest in Turkey, so I'm learning Turkish. I enjoy cooking. Cooking is one of the things I enjoy. I go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week. I support Tottenham, so I go and watch Tottenham. I like the football, so that keeps me busy. But I do work quite long hours with my tutoring, so it doesn't allow. I haven't got a lot of free time. So those things cover all my free time. I've been tutoring for 25 years, and I think lots and lots of people have the knowledge to be a good teacher or a big tutor, but very few people have the patience and the understanding of how to teach. So I would say all my pupils are happy with me because I'm very, very patient with them. I don't ever get angry. There are some teachers who feel shouting gets the most out of pupils. I'm not like that. I'm very, very patient and understanding with pupils, and I know how to get across a point, even if I have to repeat myself and show them in different ways. So I'd say that's my main strength, is my patience and understanding of the subject.